All right. Hello, guys. I see the chat is already busy. Guys, thank you for being here. Make sure you like the stream. I am going to give you the most simple, the most effective way of making sure that you're living a healthy life, which is the most important thing you could do. I'll tell you why. Using just a few simple things that you need to keep an eye on, plus AI, with the power of AI. I I have been doing a lot of these for a long time, except the stress management part, which I need to do an entire show on. But I will give you a list of things, just these things. By the way, it's not complicated. There are a lot of channels there that are trying to make this more complicated than it needs to be because they want to make it seem like this is complicated so that you buy their courses or buy a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I will teach you how simple this is, but also with AI you will be able to get the power of having a coach, a health coach, that usually rich people would have to pay thousands of dollars a month, but you will pay nothing for this. One, two, this coach will be actually better than all the other coaches that these people pay for. But even without a coach, the things that you need to take care of are very simple. Let me actually remind you of two things. Let me see who's in chat. Three of Knowledge is here, Matin is here, Mohsen is here, Shauna, James, Mahwash, who else? Ehsan, fantastic. Nomadic, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Guys, make sure you're liking the stream. Okay, so two important things that I need to tell you guys. This has always been important to take care of your health because everything else depends on it. Your body is the first place you live in. It's kind of like a house. And if you ruin it, everything else doesn't matter. Everything else doesn't matter because, on this channel, we try to focus on the best ways to use AI and technology to get health, wealth, and love. And health is number one for a reason because wealth and love are hard to get if you're unhealthy. And just go ask people who are billionaires who are crippled or have cancer or they're in the hospital or who are very old and ask them if they are willing to give up all their money to get their youth and their health back. And this has been done. There's been a survey of this, and most of them, most rich people, will say like, yeah, they will say yes, they will give everything to just get. So you guys have something. If you're healthy, you have something that a lot of richer people than you would want, and you are jealous of them, but they're jealous of you. So you need to do everything in your power, given how valuable this is, to keep it as much as possible. Yeah, Debbie saying, come on, folks, let's get in shape. Yes. Okay, Sam, James, Elad, thank you guys for being here. Okay. Oh, wow. Three of Knowledge is saying, hi, young genius. Well, thank you. Oh, speaking of that, wow, Tree of Knowledge. Thank you for that compliment. Speaking of that, guys, I already talked about this on my last live stream, so many of you know, but um, just as a way to show you that I know what I'm doing, a lot of people, how old do you think I am? Like, I want to show you that the things that I have been focusing on in my life has worked. Because a lot of people tell me that I look 30, some people even say 25. All right. But I'm not going to wait for you guys to answer. I'm just going to tell you, right? I'm actually 41 years old. And a lot of people tell me that I don't look my age. Well, the reason why I don't, again, Jewish Samantha here with the 69. This is what you did in the previous stream as well. Okay, fine. Fine, Jewish 69. Okay, okay. All right, Jewish Samantha. Okay. Martina saying you look 27. See, I'm 41. I'm 41 years old. So the things that I have been focusing on works. And a lot of you don't take your health seriously because you're young and healthy and you think this is going to last forever. It will go away like that, if you actually don't care of it. Don't take care of it. James is saying 41. Never. You look like 25. Well, thank you, James. I'm actually 41. So guys, that shows that I know what I'm talking about. But it gets better. I'll show you how easy it is to achieve these results. But also another important thing, and this might sound like science fiction to a lot of you guys, but It's not. I've looked at the data. We are getting to longevity escape velocity faster than many people realize. And we don't know. I don't know if we're going to make it, I'm going to make it or not, but we're so close to the edge when it comes to science and technology and different ways of and biological, you know, medicine and everything, like when it comes to gene therapy, when it comes to decoding our DNA, is absolutely crazy how much progress we're making. And we are getting so close to solving the problem of death that if we die, we are the last people who died. That means that this makes it even more important to take care of your health, because you might be close to the edge of experiencing a world without death. And it's really sad if we miss it by just this much, just because we didn't take care of ourselves, right? So again, you might not believe this. If you go actually look at, I mean, I did a couple of shows on this channel. If you actually go look at the data, it's actually very true. We're so close. We're so close. So we have to take care of our health to the point that we increase our chances of making it. All right. Anyways, let's go get into let me actually, without looking at my notes, let me see the ones that just comes to my mind. I will just give you the list, and then we'll go over each one of them, and then I'll also tell you how you could use AI to help you make all of this a lot easier for you. Oh, Debbie's saying, please listen to Armin on this one. Please listen to Armin on this one. I've come back from life-threatening diseases and surgeries, and I'm sure I'm older than most of you. I want to be here forever for my kids. Oh, Debbie, thank you for telling us that. That's really valuable. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, guys, like it's really important. You guys will thank me later. Like if you do a few simple things in your life, you will right now a lot. If you're in your 20s, you might think that this is not important, but if you start picking up the habits that I'm telling you, you will come back to me one day and tell me like, Armin, thank you so much. I needed that inspiration, and I'm now seeing how important, what difference that makes at age 50, at age 60. I could see the difference between me, who is going out and running with my kids, compared to somebody my age that is in a wheelchair all the time. I could go camping, I could go running. I don't lose my breath when I'm doing something that requires a lot of activity. I don't feel as tired as a lot of people my age. It's night and day. Like the difference is so different. Wait, Tree of Knowledge is saying a mandatory part of my client's program is watching your lives. Wow, really? So, so don't go explaining things too well, or they'll stop needing me. Okay. Wow, guys, Tree of Knowledge is sending her clients to my live stream. Well, that's an honor. Well, thank you for saying that. That I am looking to maintain this. So topic is perfect for me. Okay, Jenny is welcoming this topic. Okay, so let's get to let me just tell you how simple it is, because the list of things that I care about the most, because they're pretty obvious, right? But then I will explain them in more detail. One of the most important thing, if not the most important thing, actually the most important thing is something else. This is the second most important thing. The second most important thing you could do is go the fuck to sleep. Okay? You need to sleep. You need a lot of sleep, and you need high quality of sleep. There is very few things more important than sleeping. Okay? Let me explain it to you this way. If you could put all the benefits of sleeping well in a pill, you could sell that pill for thousands of dollars. And whenever you're missing sleep, just realize that that is worth thousands of dollars. That sleep is a free pill that is worth, like, it's basically that medicine that other people, if they knew would have all those benefits, would pay so much money for, available to you for free every day. Every day it's available to you. And I think a lot of people, when they're trying to sleep better, they do it wrong. Like, I will give you a life hack that makes gives you so much better quality of sleep, because a lot of people, they try to target the hours. It's important to get at least between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Okay. By the way, be careful with the 9 hours, because I've noticed that when I actually get close to nine, the next day I'm having a hard time going to sleep. So I try to keep it to eight, because if I sleep too much, then I'm not gonna fall asleep next time, right? So if I just sleep between 7 to 8 hours, then I fall asleep easier next time, right? But this is how I manage my sleep. I don't actually put an alarm for when to wake up. I put an alarm for when I go to sleep. And then I'll just let myself wake up naturally when I don't feel tired anymore. I mean, I do monitor my sleep hours on my watch, just so that if I have to wake up to go pee or something, um, I don't just stop sleeping if I see that it's like under 7 hours, right? But I sleep to the point where I don't need to sleep anymore. Not because my alarm has gone off or because I need to do something. I just make sure I sleep so early, because if whatever I need to do, if I sleep early enough, I will wake up early enough that I wouldn't need an alarm to catch it. So the most important hack is put an alarm for when you go to sleep, not when you wake up, and just you will see the quality. I mean, even though it's good for your health, you will see your mood changing after a while. You will see your energy levels. Like, if you drink coffee for energy, sleeping more beats drinking coffee when it comes to energy levels 100 times over. No amount of coffee is going to give you a boost of energy during the day more than a good night's sleep. Everything will become more clear, your mood will become better. It's fantastic. Okay, so put an alarm for when you go to sleep. And then, so sleeping, drinking a lot of water, drinking a lot of water, two types of activity. And again, it's supposed to be three. Like, when it comes to exercise, you need three exercises. I combined two of them just to save time. I will explain to you what those are. So two types of activity. Um, drinking a lot of water, I said. There's something with regards to stress level that I understand that is important to monitor to do. I don't have that in my habits, but I will do an entire, because apparently not managing your stress is also bad for your health. But I need to do a stream dedicated to that, because I don't actually have that in my habits to add. So I have to research that more. I'm just telling you the things that I'm doing. But the stress management stream will be coming one day. So when it comes to eating, these are my rules. Every day I need to get high protein, lots of fiber, low calorie, high volume. And then, other than that, it needs to be diverse. I need to have a variety of food during my week. And that way, I don't, as long as it's high protein, high fiber, high volume, low calorie, then I don't really need to worry about whether I'm getting many things, all the vitamins and minerals, because by keeping it varied, then I'm probably getting most of what I need. Okay. And then, one important thing that we need to add, and again, if my mother had done this, she would be alive today. My mother died from cancer. So this is important. This is very important. I try to do it every 3 months, but you need to do at least once a year. You need a checkup, preferably once every 6 months. And you need to, before you go to a doctor for a checkup, you need to do a blood test and other checks like X-ray. I don't know, all the other tests but basically whatever test you need, you could ask AI to give you a list of things that you need to go test for if you're just basically wanting to make sure that you're healthy. And also take your loved one with you, because nothing is worse than losing a loved one. And you want to make sure that if it's a cancer, heart disease, or whatever, you catch them before they get too bad. So And here's actually the most important thing, because I said sleeping is the second most important thing. Here's the most important thing is to not smoke or drink. And I mean nothing, nada. Like I used to drink only a little bit for health reasons. I would like, okay, I'm not drinking except, if it's New Year or if it's a wedding or if it's really, I don't want to be a party pooper. If everybody is drinking, I always like, okay, I don't drink most of the time, but I haven't drank like anything for 3 months now. So just drink this glass. Just one glass is fine. You don't want to become it's like everybody's drinking. It's kind of, I need to drink as well. Like it's not that bad. Okay. But that's over. That's over. I don't actually drink at all. Not even under pressure, not even if it's the new year, not even, no. There's no alcohol, no cigarettes, because guys, new studies that shows that alcohol is actually more cancerous than we thought. Alcohol is actually getting, we're now with new information that alcohol is as cancerous as cigarettes. I mean, close to it. I mean, we were told when we were younger that red wine is apparently good for you. That is wrong. That is absolutely, apparently alcohol is just poison. It fucking destroys your body. So no alcohol. Let me see. Is that too much for you guys? Like I'm hoping that I think I might lose some people with the no alcohol rule. Okay. If you are smoking, there's nothing higher priority in your life than getting rid of that. There's nothing more but the higher priority than that, to trying to get stop smoking. So James saying, I never smoked in my life, but the last time I drank alcohol was yesterday. Yeah, okay. You need to quit that. Right? This is how I think about it. When I'm like around other people and everyone's drinking, and I think like, okay, I haven't drank for a while. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Um, I think to myself, I am basically between my image in front of these people and my health. I'm choosing my image. Like for the sake of, I am basically cutting from the quality and the quantity of my life for the sake of not looking bad in this party. And when I think about it like that, I think that's an absolutely insane trade-off. Like if I add them all up, it's probably going to add up to a few years or maybe even just a few months. I'm pretty sure if I'm on my deathbed, I would have loved to go back and eliminate those couple of times that in parties and stuff I was drinking for the sake of just having a few more months of life with whoever's around me. Yeah. So Sam's saying, same. I've never smoked, but I drank, but drink at least once a week. Yeah. So you're cutting years from your life. I mean, think about it. When you're on your deathbed and you are surrounded by the people you love, wouldn't you want another 2 months at least or 3 months? That's what you're giving up. Let me see. James is saying, unfortunately, due to the time difference, I have to watch your streams in the evening at night, so it's a bit difficult. True, but you could start your day later. You could start your. I mean, is your day flexible? Debbie is saying lack of sufficient sleep causes increased cortisol levels, which lead to serious health problems. Yes, and a lot more than that. I will get into all of the details soon. Yeah, so James is saying, I personally despise alcohol because my uncle died from severe alcohol addiction 20 years ago. Well, it's good that you despise it. However, please understand that even small amount of alcohol usage is basically drinking poison, even small amounts. Yeah, Debbie, actually, with regards to being active, I have some hacks for you guys. All right, so let me actually look at my notes and see if I got everything. Okay, so we have 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. um Sleep is basically your body repairing itself. if you cut it short, your body is not going to have time to repair itself. It's also the time that your brain is basically going through a cleaning process. Your hormones are getting balanced, your body is getting repaired, your brain is doing a cleaning process, and it's all mandatory to finish. You need to give your body the chance to finish with that job. When you're resting, your body is not resting. When you're resting, your body is on recovery mode and doing a lot of work. When you're resting, your body is doing a lot of work rebuilding shit, so you need to make sure you don't cut that short. So aim to go to the, some people say aim to wake up at the same time every day. I don't think like that. I think aim to go to sleep at the same time every day, even if it's a weekend. Even if it's a weekend, because your body has a clock, and if you actually manage to do the same thing repeatedly, then your body will be trained to just shut down at the time that it needs to shut down. So just make it every day same time, and then just let yourself wake up when your body feels fully rested. But also monitor your sleep hours on your watch just to make sure that you got it. One thing you could do is that if you're wearing watches, wearable, if you're wearing watches that monitors your sleep, you could upload that data to AI, to if you're not having good quality sleep, and you could ask AI regarding what's wrong with me. Give me some tips on how to improve my sleeping quality. So one thing I did, I used to think, for me at least, when if I drink coffee in the morning is fine as long as I don't drink coffee in the afternoon. But then ever since I just switched completely to decaf, the quality of my sleep has improved significantly. And I actually feel, even though I don't have any caffeine, I feel like I have a lot more energy. So the not having any caffeine made me have much deeper sleeps. So maybe you should consider that. But again, you could actually brainstorm with AI why you're having a poor quality of sleep to figure out what to do. One thing is important is to keep your room cool, keep it quiet, keep it dark. And if you can't, then there are these earplugs designed for sleeping that you don't feel it if you're sleeping on it. So you could get one of those, and you could get some eye mask to keep it dark. But yeah, make sure that you keep it your environment very ideal for sleeping. Okay, so drinking water, I already covered that. I always have water with me. Did I actually tell you? Here, this is my water, right? But this is not it. It's crazy how much water I drink. Here's how you know you don't drink enough water. If your pee is too yellow, okay, you want your pee to be either not yellow at all or just a little bit yellow, okay. But I drink and he a lot of water. Let me actually tell you something. It's important. I forgot to mention you why sleep is important. Poor sleep raises your risk of disease, makes it harder to lose fat and build muscle. It also reduces it brings lack of clarity, lack of focus, lack of memory, and it also weakens your immune system. Okay, so now let's get back to water. Drinking a lot of water, keeping hydrated, it's really important for your brain function, mood, energy, and your immune system. But also, I actually use it as a hack for appetite control. I have a lot of different ways to control my appetite because I have a huge appetite. Okay, I with the appetite that I have, I'm supposed to be at least 300 pounds, right? But I'm not. I'm not 300 pounds because I have managed to figure out how to manage my weight without even trying that hard. Okay, my appetite is now completely under control because of few things. Every time before I start eating, whenever I get hungry, I just drink 3 glasses of water before I start eating. I know that might be too much for a lot of you, but it works for me. I have no problem drinking 3 glasses of water. And then when I start eating, with my food, I drink my fourth glass of water, but I put fiber powder, mango with mango taste in my water. And so when I'm eating, I'll drink the water with the fiber powder in there. What is that called? Psyllium. fiber, whatever. Yeah, that's what I do. Now they used to be hard to drink, but now they come with a mango taste, which is so much easier now to drink them. And the reason why I don't put the fiber powder before I start eating is because there's no food for the fiber to get stuck in. So I drink the water without the fiber before I eat, but while I'm eating, I drink the water with the fiber powder in there so that it gets stuck with my food. So the water fills me up. That means that when I'm eating, I eat slower because my stomach is already full. And when I'm eating, because I'm eating my food with the fiber, the food will stay in my stomach and my intestine a lot longer and keeps me full for longer. Right. So lots of fiber is a good way to keep full. Lots of water is a good way to keep full. And another hack is that I take a lot of protein. So I try to get at least 1 gram of protein for a pound of body weight per day in my diet. That's a lot of protein. And what I do is I take whey protein powder. I put a little bit of it. I put 1 scoop in a cup. I put a little bit of the milk on it on top of it. No, first I put some chia seeds on it, and then I put some a sweet artificial sweetener with 0 calories on top of it. Then I put a little bit of milk so that it doesn't turn into a drink, so I could eat it slowly instead of just all of a sudden. And the chia seeds will give me extra fiber, healthy fat, but they also absorb water in my stomach and they get big and they fill you up for a long time. So that's a secret. That's something that the chia seeds do for me. Okay. So the way that hunger works, there's to me, I figured it out. There's 3 types of hunger, right? There's hunger that you feel, the type of hunger that you feel that your stomach is emptied and that it needs to be filled with something. There's a mental hunger when you feel like you want to eat something, like your appetite is like, it's not that you're full or empty, you just want to eat something because something feels tasty, like a cake or something, you want to eat it. And then I don't know, so it's one is physical, the other one is mental, and the other one is when you just need to chew on something, it's just a habit that you need to chew on something. So I fixed the physical one when you feel empty with lots of water and lots of fiber. The mental one, if you have a lot of protein in your diet, then the mental hunger will go away. So for some reason, having a protein rich diet keeps you satiated. Is that the word? Yes. Um, and also, when it comes to needing to chew on something, if you have that type of hunger, then sugar free gums is your best friend. Okay. And yes, guys, fiber is so important. True. I will get to that. But right now, I was focusing on water. But other than the important benefits of staying hydrated, which is really important for your health, it's also a hack for weight loss because the more you drink water, the more full you feel, and the less food you are going to be able to eat, and you eat slower as well, which is good because the slower you eat, because sometimes when you start eating, your brain needs some time to feel like it's full. So if you eat fast, even though the amount of food that you ate was good enough for you to feel full, but the message doesn't get delivered to your brain and you end up eating the entire plate. But if you eat slow, halfway through the meal, your brain is like, okay, that's good enough, I'm done. And then you don't even have to finish that entire thing. That's why eating slow is good for weight loss. And also, sleeping a lot is good for weight loss because the more you sleep, the less time you're awake to eat. But also, for some reason, sleeping more makes you less hungry, right? And also, weight training for some reason makes you less hungry as well, which is a good segue to moving your butt around. Okay, some people call it exercise, but I call it moving your ass because just moving is the important difference maker. And there's 3 types of movements that you need to do that is important for your health, and I combine 2 of them, right? So it's one is slow and long, the other one is short and intense, and the third one is building muscle, resistance training. And apparently you need all of these for health. But who has the time to do all of these 3? So here's what I do. I do 2 instead. So for slow and long, there's studies, even new studies, that shows that people who have 10,000 steps a day, 10,000 steps a day, are going to be significantly ahead of other people who don't have 10,000 steps a day. Imagine that. When it comes to exercises, this is the main difference maker. 10,000 steps a day. And I'm just talking about just walking. I'm not talking about running. If you manage to get 10,000 steps a day, every day, you are going to add years to your life. Years to your life. Yeah, I will get to omega-3 capsules and everything, Monty. I will get to that. So, and this is easy to do. You don't need a trainer or anything. You just need to download the app. The app I use is called Fit by Google, and it just monitors your steps while you're. And guys, the best way to do it is to try to find a part of your work that you could do while walking. And you could either walk outside, or you could get a very simple, cheap treadmill, small one, in your home, and get those steps in. Get those steps in and do something else while you're doing it. Like, I don't listen to music or movies. I'll try to do something productive. I do my educational material or keeping up with the news while I'm getting my 10,000 steps. So I'm basically doing two things at the same time. I'm listening to the news, I'm listening to my educational content, and I'm doing my 10. And guys, you could increase the pace a little bit once you get used to it, so that you could get the 10,000 steps faster as you get good at it every day. So that's that. What when it comes to muscle, so let me see. Walking, moving regularly protects your body better than just. Yep. So, and guys, this is good for everything, for your immune system, for your hormones, for every single organ. Move and again, it's not like running. It's not going to, because some new studies suggest that light exercise that is long is better for your health than intense exercises that might be damaging over the long term to your body. And you're basically covering a lot of health benefits. And guys, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, everything I told you so far is free. Like, none of this requires any money. So except the treadmill, unless you could just go outside and walk in the park, right? Resistance training is very important for building muscle, and that's not just for looking good. I know a lot of, by the way, looking good, unfortunately, is a better motivator for a lot of people than health, even though health is so important. Because, for example, when it comes to smoking, drinking alcohol, drinking water, and sleeping, I know that when it comes to most people, if I tell them that this will make them look better, which it absolutely does, it motivates them more than if I tell them how much longer and what better quality of life they're going to be living. Actually, for men, there's something that works even better than looking well, right? So for women, instead of telling them how cancerous smoking is, if you show how bad for your skin smoking is, it's going to motivate them more to quit smoking and drinking. Drinking is bad for your skin. Smoking is bad for your skin. Not drinking enough water is bad for your skin. And not sleeping a lot is bad for your skin. In fact, there is almost nothing beneficial in your body that you cannot improve with sleeping. Like everything that is good about your body gets improved with sleeping, including a better looking skin, right? And this will motivate women to actually do the things that I'm saying. But when it comes to men, do you know what motivates men? If I tell them, like, hey, smoking does this, what do you think motivates men? If I tell men that they are going to have a more difficulty staying erect during sex, then that is going to motivate them to quit smoking, alcohol, and all of these other suggestions that I told you earlier. Okay. So with women is facial skin, With men, it's their penis. It's their penis. If you say that, if you tell women that this is bad for your facial skin, they will be motivated. If you tell men that this is bad for your penis, they will get motivated, right? So nothing gets men into a gym better than telling them that this will make you better in bed, right? If you tell men like, hey, resistance training will actually make you better at sex, like, oh my, they will, that would be a huge motivator. So these are some tricks that we need to use, because hey, just being healthier and living longer and higher quality, I mean, getting good sex is good for a better quality of life, to be honest. But yeah, apparently that's not good enough. Apparently that's not good enough. We have to use these tricks on you. But when it comes to resistance training, a lot of people think that, oh my God, I need a gym membership. You don't need a gym membership. I mean, it's, if you go to the gym, good on you, keep doing that. But I'm not talking, when it comes to resistance training and building muscle, I'm not talking about getting jacked. I'm not talking about building a lot of muscle. I'm telling you, everybody, including women don't take this very seriously. A lot of women don't take building muscle very seriously. I'm talking just a little bit of muscle. You don't have to be jacked. You don't even need a gym membership. Here's the thing. If you haven't done any form of resistance training, just do two things. Two things. Okay? And it requires no gym membership and no equipment. And it requires only a small place in your house or in your room. Okay? Just do push-ups and squats to get started. Just push-ups and squats. Push-ups and squats. A lot of the muscles will be covered just with those two. Okay? And guys are better at taking muscle training seriously, but this is a health thing. Guys, building muscles is really important for your health. There's a lot of health benefits in building muscle. And women need to do it as well. And again, if women, when they're building muscle, they usually focus more on their butt. And a lot of them try to do I've seen some women trying to avoid any form of training that could grow their arm because they don't like that look. But again, they shouldn't be worried about that, because it takes a lot of muscle building to get it to the point that you look too muscular. So just squats and push-ups. I mean, guys, even if you're a woman, if you can't do 11, at least 10 push-ups, then you need to, that's that's not good. That's not good. So, and I'm talking push-ups without your knees on the floor. Okay. So try to get to your point. I know this is easy for most men, but for most women cannot do 10 push-ups. You need to be able to do at least 10 push-ups without your knees on the ground. Okay. Make sense? Good. Oh, Alex, I don't know that condition. That's something that you need to talk to a guy to, I guess. All right. Let me see. You guys, I just test. Did you, tree of knowledge, can you do 10 push-ups? I hope you can. So muscle isn't just for looks. It helps you regulate blood sugar. It improves metabolism. It's a key indicator on it has a lot of, it's a major influencer on your general health. And also one and also the muscle that you build around your organs kind of work like a shield, and they protect them. And another thing is that if you have worked on your muscles, once you get to an older age, you're going to notice how much more mobile you are compared to other people your age. Because when you get to a certain age, it might be very difficult to start developing them then. But if you had made it a habit to work on your muscles since young age, then compare yourself to the people who haven't done that, and you notice that you're a lot more agile, you're a lot more mobile. And guys, oh god, by the way, to men, please don't use gear, please don't get build muscle naturally, because if you use any type of, I don't know, HRT or steroids, unless you really need it because you have, not steroids, HRT, because you're not producing enough testosterone, okay? But please don't get use anything. Just get bigger, just build muscle naturally. And let me tell you, if you're trying to get bigger with all of these other, you know, using gear, um, nobody, like most people don't like that look. You're gonna get too big. It's not an attractive look. So what are you even doing? And the whole point is to get healthier. And anything that you use, anything that you use to get build muscle that is not natural is going to do the opposite of improving your health. You're going to regret it. So stay away from all of that. The actual, even if you care more about your look than your health, the best look when it comes to building muscle is the look that you could build without using any of that stuff. Yeah, Martina's saying yes, so ugly. Yeah, I mean, unless it's it only looks good for people who are in that world. Most people, it doesn't look attractive. It's too big. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's that? What's the point of doing that? All right, so no smoking, no alcohol, not little alcohol, no alcohol. Smoking obviously causes cancer, heart disease, destroy your lungs, your immune system. Um, it makes you age faster. It's absolutely the worst thing you could do for your health. However, a lot of people thought that alcohol was not as bad as smoking, so you could do it in small amounts. However, new studies suggest that holy shit, we were wrong. Alcohol is just as bad. So you need to treat alcohol just like cigarettes, meaning that cut it out. These are the most these are the two most powerful things you could do for your health. Not drinking and smoking. All right. So when it comes to eating, we said five. These are the things that you're looking for. Okay, fiber, protein, high volume, low calorie, diverse, and you need some healthy fats as well. But be careful with healthy fats because some people think like, oh, healthy fats is good, and then they just like start pouring olive oil on their salad, which is going to increase the calorie intake by too much. Okay, healthy fats are important, but go easy on them because they're too high in calorie, right? So one healthy fats includes like walnuts, salmon, and it's important for brain and hormone health. Chia seeds, avocado, but again, go easy on them. And one of the best things you could do is just take omega-3 like fatty acid pills for salmon, um instead of actually that, I think I got it covered when it comes to healthy fat. I just take salmon, healthy, omega-3 pills, and I also have chia seeds that I put in my protein shakes and on my salad. So I think I'm covered. I don't need to add avocados. They're too calorie dense. I don't need to add walnuts or other types of nuts. They're too calorie dense. Fiber is so fucking important, and many people don't take it seriously. It's really hard to get the amount of fiber that you need from your diet. So I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables, because fruits can be too high in calorie if you eat too much of that. But I definitely need some fiber powder in my drinks, or else I would have to be eating vegetables nonstop to be able to get that calorie, which is unreasonable, right? And high protein is really hard to get high protein with just from your diet without adding whey protein shakes. So whey protein shakes is a must for me. So high volume, low calorie is basically obviously veggies. A lot of people think that fruits also have low calories. They do. Many of them do not actually. So I mean, eat fruits from time to time, but be careful with how much fruits you eat because fruits sometimes could be seen as nature's candies. Like you could get pretty heavy just by eating mangoes, for example. So be careful with that. And then other than that, just make sure that you're eating diverse. Okay. Stress management again, that's very important, and I don't have any solution for that. I need to investigate that, and I do need to do a live stream on it. I don't know if we're gonna do meditation, gratification practices, or maybe some breathing exercises. I've never done anything specifically for stress management, but I will investigate that, and I will let you guys know what the best way is. Okay, I will dedicate a stream to that. And then also another thing that I told you is to do health checkups. Yearly is okay. I think you should do at least once every 6 months. And again, you should ask ChatGPT before you go for a list of everything you want to get tested. And then once you get the test results, other than what the doctor says, you need to also upload all of that to ChatGPT, asking them, asking ChatGPT, take a look. Because here's the thing, I got a shit ton of tests done, my hormones, my, you know, cholesterol, my vitamins, minerals, everything, X-ray, sonography, everything. I tested everything, right? And then the doctor looked at my test results, and my doctor was like, "I've never seen a test this good." He said like you're the healthiest person I've seen. Okay, that's what the doctor told me. However, when I uploaded the documents, all the test results to ChatGPT, ChatGPT told me that I am actually low on something. It's just a little bit, not by much. I'm like, oh, the doctor didn't tell me that, but ChatGPT told me that. I'm like, why? What's wrong? And like, this is what's wrong. You need more of this. And then I asked ChatGPT, how the fuck do I get more of that? And then ChatGPT told me that this is what you need to add to your diet. I was like, okay, well, thank you. And then when next time I did that test again, it was fixed, right? So ChatGPT, upload your test results. And guys, this is important. This could save your life. This would have saved my mom's life. My mom died because she didn't do this, okay? From cancer. If my mom did this, she would be alive right now, speaking to me, probably daily. We used to call each other a lot. That's yeah. All right. So how to use AI for all of this? No, this is we have a good community here, Arman. You could you could fuck off if you don't like it. I like the people here. Let me see. Mars is saying, Armin, do you play sports? Do you gear anything you're doing to keep yourself capable in that area as you get older? I do not do sports, and I think sports is not good for your health. It's too intense. There's too much physical harm on your body, and there's too much. It's too intense. So when it comes to exercise, I prefer walking a lot and also weightlifting. Oh, I forgot to mention the three types of exercises that everyone needs. Um, yeah, so walking and weight training are in controlled environments, and they reduce potential damages to your body. Yeah, Marcia saying so. I might be killing myself with what I'm doing. Yes, like any form of sports is, I think, is doing. I mean, the activity is good for you, but you're putting your body under a lot of stress. You're hitting your body in so many different ways. I mean, I don't even run anymore. I don't even run anymore. I just do 10,000 steps a day because I don't want to do. I don't want to hit my, knees on pavement over and over and over again every day in my life. That's probably not good for my joints, right? So I walk 10,000. So sports is out of the question for me. And when it comes to weight training, if you do slow and steady and with a good form, it's a controlled environment. You're getting your muscles built, and you're also making sure that it doesn't hurt you. Mars, I don't do running. I'm trying to make sure the exercises is not hitting my body in any way. So Martin is saying, Armin, after chat with AI, did you figure out veganism is actually good for or healthy? I don't think so. You can be healthy while staying vegan, but it's easier to be healthy if you're not vegan. You have much more access. I mean, it is possible to be vegan and healthy, but it's easier to be healthy and not vegan. You just have access to more diverse. Uh, you have better access to easily accessible protein. Yeah, so veganism is not necessarily unhealthy, but it does make your work more difficult. The diversity of the food that you have access to is a lot more if you are not vegan. I mean, I take whey protein. How could I be vegan? I mean, seafood. Oh my god. Do you know the amount of benefits seafood has for you? You're telling me you want to cut that off? No way. No way. I'm not going to cut vegan. I'm not going to cut that off from my diet. I mean, why even be a vegan? Mussels and oysters don't are not conscious, right? Like, if you're vegan, can you just be vegan but add mussels and oysters? They don't even have a brain. Like, what are you being kind to? Just at least add some oysters. They're not they're okay, okay? Oh, nice guy saying thank you, Armin. You care about us. Thank you so much, Armin. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, vegans, I don't understand veganism. Like, at least say I'm vegan, except when it comes to animals without brains. Because if they don't have a brain, they probably are like they're never. I'm pretty sure they're not never going to experience pain. Yes, nice guy saying yes. Okay, good. And oysters are really good for you. Mussels as well. Also, and also, but by the way, guys, I also, if you don't eat fish, the fish would have died a more miserable life in the sea, anyways. Okay, like the death that you are saving, the death that you're putting the fish through is not any better than the death that they would have gone through, anyways. Fish, eat fish. Fish is good for you. Like, there is nothing like vegans. If you say veganism is healthy, you're telling me that you're better off not eating fish than eating fish. There's nothing that shows that. Everything shows that eating seafood is good for you. Right. So let's actually use the power of AI to get all of this, right? So guys, these were very simple, right? The 8 habits were sleep, drink a lot of water, move your ass. Oh, regarding move your ass, I made it simple because I said there's 3 types of exercises, but I turned it into 2. You need slow and long. No, sorry, low intensity and long, high intensity and short, resistance training. Okay. When it comes to, I instead of doing high intensity, I just do supersets when I'm doing weightlifting, and by reducing rest time between my lifts, I just turn my weightlifting into a high intensity cardio session as well. So that way, with the same time, I'm covering the 2. So this is apparently what you need for your health. You need all of these 3 types of exercises: low intensity and long, high intensity and short, weightlifting or resistance training. And if you do supersets with your weightlifting or your resistance training, then you're doing 2 things at the same time. You're doing muscle training and you're getting this short high intensity exercise that gets your heart rate up as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, when it comes to resistance training, another important thing to keep in mind is that it's true that squats and push-ups is really good for most people if they're not doing any of that, and you're already doing 80% of the job by doing that. But once you get used to that, you could still add a lot more without getting a gym membership, by just buying some dumbbells. Like, if you want to go to the next level, just buy some dumbbells just in your home, and that will add so many more exercises that you could do, just a couple of dumbbells. So many exercises that you could do when it comes to resistance training. Okay, so now with all of that said, let's go to using AI to help us with all of this. And again, now I'm going to put the power of um very thousands of dollars worth of having a personal life coach in your hand. Okay, yes, let me see. What did Martin say about variable kits? Okay. Oh my God, let me see. Alex is saying, my mother almost died from colon cancer. She's very, very lucky to still be in remission 15 years later. Because of this, I had my first colonoscopy at 38. Okay, good. Good on you, Alex. We need to actually do a stream with me going over all of the different tests that I think you should go through when you visit a doctor. And then what questions do you need to be asking AI, right? When you get the results, make sure you go somewhere that they actually give you the results, because some places, for some reason, they keep it and they don't give it to you. They just send it to your doctor. Like, you're like, I I need the results. Like, I don't know why some places they don't give it to you. Like, fuck you, give it to me. It's my results. I paid you to do the test. Give the results to me. I'm gonna go ask my AI about it. Oh shit, Dr. D, I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, don't stay here, Dr. D. Go spend time with your family. Don't be around here. All right. Sorry about that. All right, let me go to daily. Okay, so here's the prompt suggestions that I have for you to use with AI. You Right now, ChatGPT has this new feature. Well, it's not new, but it's something that many people don't use. You could actually tell ChatGPT to do something every day at a certain time. Like, you could actually give it tasks for something to do repeatedly at certain times of a week, or certain times of every day, or certain times every month. Like, you could tell it to, for example, and if you don't even need to go to turn on a setting, you just tell it. You could tell it that it's amazing. You could ChatGPT now has tasks that it follows, some tasks that you have given it before. So, for example, you could tell it, each night, ask me, how many hours did I sleep? How much water did I drink? How many steps did I take? Did I do a workout? Did I work out? Did I drink alcohol? Did I smoke cigarettes? And then give me a score. This will keep you accountable. And even if you didn't, just tell it, like, no, today I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But just make sure that you have, like, it's a good way to get AI when it, just make sure you answer it. If you set this up, make sure you answer it. And in the process of answering it, it will motivate you next day to actually do all of these things. So try to cover all the 8 points, or whatever works for you, right? So another thing you could do with AI, which is very powerful, is meal planning. Here's a prompt that could work. Make me a 7-day meal plan with 1600 to 2000 calories, between 1600 to 2000 calories, high protein, high fiber, low calorie, and then diverse. You could tell it to make it diverse, like basically different every day. And if you want, you could also add your budget. This is my budget. Like, and then also give me a grocery shopping list to go, uh, what I need to buy to prepare to for this meal plan. And also you could give it the city that you're in, so that, and the location that you are, so it could know what kind of food you have access to. You could give it your allergies or whatever. This will make AI give you an exact meal plan and a shopping list. And this is a very powerful way to eat better. And guys, don't eat out. It doesn't make sense financially. Try to eat, and it doesn't make sense for your health. Try to eat out as little as possible. Try to prepare your meal, make your meals at home. And if you don't know how to make your meals, then take a picture of all the grocery shopping that you did and get AI to upload it on ChatGPT and get AI to walk you through what the hell do I do with this, right? So, workout plan, for example, you could prompt AI. Here's the prompt that you could use: create a 3-day dumbbell only workout plan for building muscle. Include reps, sets, and instructions for progression. Look, and this basically is doing the work of a very effective personal trainer. Another thing you could do is when you're working out, if you're not sure of your form, you could have your camera take a picture of you with a timer while you're doing the exercise, and you could upload it on ChatGPT and ask it to tell you if your form is okay. Sam is saying, good idea. I always have problem with making my meal plan. That's fantastic. That's a good. I'm glad that you guys are finding this useful. Yeah, Mars is saying eating out is expensive as fuck. Learning how to cook good stuff is actually pretty fun. Yes, it is. I mean, honestly, I'm very lucky because I have a wife that cooks. But yes, but this is a really important skill that if you have, you will be saving thousands of dollars, and you will be eating a lot healthier as well. Yeah, the dumbbell only. I already mentioned that. Let me see. Create a 3-day dumbbell. Okay, sleep feedback. You could also, if you are monitoring your sleep on your watch, which I recommended you do, get a smartwatch and monitor your sleep. And you could give AI your sleep data for the past week. You could copy and paste it, and then ask it some for if your quality of sleep is not good enough. You could get into a conversation and say, ask it, what's hurting my sleep? How can I improve it? But be careful if you're monitoring your sleep. There's something that you need to be worried about. Well, something that you should be careful, because if you monitor it so much, it might actually give you more stress, and it actually might help make if you're every time you're going to sleep, you're worrying about the quality of sleep you're getting, then that worry might actually stop you from going to sleep. So be careful about not becoming too obsessive regarding following the data and monitoring the data. Just take a look at it once in a while. You don't need to obsess over it every day. And then if you see after a week maybe you're having issues with some sleep, just ask AI about it maybe after a week. Don't keep checking your sleep quality every day, so that we don't want that to be another source of your anxiety. But AI is good at finding patterns like late caffeine, for example, or inconsistent sleep times, and it gives you specific fixes. It's really good at that. So again, when it comes to using AI for stress relief, because stress relief is apparently very important for your health, I need to do more research on that, and I will make a live stream specifically about that. So blood test review, for example, you could, after your checkup, you could say, here are my results, and then you could upload the results, the PDF that they give you. And then you say, what's outside the healthy range? What should I do about it? That's a very powerful prompt. Guys, if you keep doing this, the things that I'm telling you, I'm gifting you with the price of zero. I'm gifting you years to your life. Like if you take this live stream that I'm telling you seriously, and you actually follow the things that I'm telling you to do in this live stream, I just gave you years of life. I mean, what could be more important? And this is such valuable information and such valuable advice. I hope you appreciate what I'm telling you here. I mean, just this one last thing: going to the doctor once every 6 months, getting a blood test, uploading it on AI. What is outside the healthy range? What could I do to improve it? Just that by itself, if you do what AI tells you based on what's missing in your blood results, blood test results, you're going to be healthier than 99% of the people out there. So another thing you could do with AI is daily nudges. For example, you could tell it at 6 p.m., remind me to walk 10 minutes and finish my water. I mean, here it says 10 minutes. 10 minutes is not enough. To get 10,000 steps, you need a lot more than 10 minutes. You could tell it to add a motivational quote if that helps when it gives you the reminder. These small nudges will help you stick to your habits. If you could do a weekly review. So every Sunday, for example, you could basically tell ChatGPT, here's what I did this week, and then paste your scoreboard or whatever way the scoreboard that you be used to at the beginning, the prompt that I give you, that will give you a score. It will give you a summary, and then you could paste all of that to ChatGPT and says, here's what I did this week. Grade me from A to F and tell me what one thing I should improve next, so that you could focus on improving the area that you need the most improvement, the one that is going to be the main difference maker, right? So for example, if you are not walking at all, but you are doing a lot of weightlifting, improving your weightlifting is probably not going to be the main difference maker anymore in your overall health, right? So for example, let's say that you are somebody who takes resistance training and lifting very seriously, but you're not actually walking 10,000 steps a day. That means that even if you get better at weightlifting, that's going to have a very small additional benefit on your health. It's that is your return on your investment is getting reduced, right? But that means that the most important thing you could do at that point is to just have 10,000 steps a day. What was that called when you're lower? There's a specific name for that when your return keeps getting lower and lower. Diminishing marginal returns. Okay. Wow, that was ages ago. You will have diminishing marginal returns on things that you're already advanced a lot in. So you need to give a report to AI and basically ask it the main thing that you need to do to focus on. So try to keep it simple instead of trying to hey, I need to do all of things. If you report to ChatGPT everything you're doing, then you could focus on the thing that will make the greatest difference if you focus on next. For a lot of you is probably going to be not moving enough or not getting a lot of sleep. And for some of you, it's going to be quitting smoking. All right. So again, we did sleep, drinking water, walking, lifting weights, no smoking, no drinking, high protein, high fiber, low calorie foods, and then yearly health checkup at least. That's it. Do that. Use AI to figure out how to do those, every single one of those, or how to improve them with the prompts that I give you. And then you will have a quality of life that most people don't get to experience. Remix is saying no processed foods. I don't have that in my rules. The problem we have with processed foods is that they are high calorie, low in nutrition. The processed food that people have a problem with is low. They are easily digestible, high calorie, low nutrition, right? But the processing itself is not necessarily the issue, because if you think about it, whey protein powder is very processed. Whey protein powder is very processed. And that's really good for you. So being processed or not is not the main issue. The issue is the processed food that you're talking about that is an issue is the high calorie, easily digestible, low nutritional value part that makes it a problem mostly. But again, processed food could be okay, just like whey protein. Yeah, junk food. Well, junk food is basically the food that doesn't have the characteristics of everything that we talked about, right? Like if your food is high in protein, high in fiber, low in calorie, then it's hard to label it as junk food, right? Oh, tree of knowledge. Okay, yes, you're right. Some people need to actually gain weight. True, 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 true. Yeah, so Remix is saying, oh, I'm kind of saying I mostly cook for myself, although I usually try to get cheaper food, although with carbs I try not to get empty ones. Yeah, okay, that's good. Remix, be careful with fruits. Fruits is good because they have high nutritional value, but don't go crazy on them because they also have, I mean, they're very sweet, especially um, over the years. They have managed to make them so filled with sugar. I mean, it's like watermelon is good, but like mango, I love mangoes, but if you eat too many mangoes or bananas, they're too high. If you eat too much, they're too high in calories. I mean, unless you're trying to gain weight, like Tree of Knowledge, which is too skinny, she's trying to gain weight, so that's fruits are good for that. Yeah, they fill me up. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, so tree of knowledge, you need to actually tree of knowledge. You're if you're too underweight, then you could actually use a lot of healthy fat, um, and also a lot of fruit. But guys, if you are underweight and you're trying to gain weight, don't eat garbage. Okay, like there are a lot of delicious. Like I'm jealous of you because you get to eat so much more than me. But there's a lot of things that you could eat that is really high in nutrition and it's just not garbage. Like being low in weight is not a good excuse to just go eat garbage. So be careful with that. Oh, I didn't know that, Alex. And also, guys, be careful with nuts. Nuts are healthy when it comes to nutritional value, but they're so high in calorie. They're so calorie dense. Low volume and high calorie. If you're overweight, eating too many nuts is like dangerous. So be careful. And guys, don't let the body positivity people fool you. Okay, being overweight kills. Being overweight kills. If you're overweight, try to lose that weight and try to lose it before you get old, because if you get old, it's going to be really difficult to get rid of it. Really difficult. So if you're overweight young, you need to get rid of that weight now. Because if you carry it with you to old age, then God help you. Remix saying, can you tell us your diet? Well, I have a usually have a bowl of salad, okay? And then whatever my wife cooks, which is usually something meat with a lot of meat, I look at it, and if I see that it has fat, like oil or fat around it, I basically wash it, okay, and basically take all the oil away. So I put it in something and I pour water on it so that all the oil goes away. And then I drop that on top of the bowl of salad that I have. And then I mix it with the sauce with that. And I put chia seed over that. And I eat all of that meat with all of the salad bowl. So I put the meat, I don't just eat the meat by itself. I try to make sure that there's a huge volume of salad that is being eaten with that meat. And then, but before I eat, I drink 3 glasses of water, so that keeps me full. And then after finish that, I take a 1 scoop of protein, usually one or two, and I put it in a cup, pour some milk on it, put some chia seeds in it, put some artificial sweetener in it. I have like myself a dessert with my whey protein dessert like that. It's really delicious if you just don't turn it into a drink, but something that you could eat only a little bit of milk, so you could eat it slowly with a spoon. Um, yeah, and while I'm eating my food, I also my fourth glass of water is one with psyllium fiber powder with a mango taste. I'll drink that while I'm eating the food. Yeah, yeah. I've noticed that chia seeds have been really good for me because when I eat my food with chia seeds, it just keeps me full for so long. So you're saying if I want to get eat to gain muscle, is there no alternative but to get bloated? I hate eating the extra calories. No, you don't need to get bloated. You just need to make sure that um, your exercise. So for gaining muscle weight, you need to sleep a lot. You need to eat at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Well, not at least. That's what you need. And then you need to do resistance training. You don't need to get bloated. You don't need to eat so much, and you could actually achieve that so fast with using whey protein. Because if you wanted to get all that protein with your food, you would need so much meat, and it's hard to get that. But with whey protein, you could get that with very little. Yeah, nice guy saying yes, chia seeds are great for you. Yeah, but I take them not just because of their health benefits, because they're good because they have fiber and healthy fat. I take them because they have this really strange feature where I add them to my food. They go in really small, and then when they go into your tummy, because when you're drinking, you need to drink a lot of water with it, right? They start absorbing the water, and they start growing like a balloon in your tummy. So if you eat this much chia seeds in your tummy, they will get like this big, right? And they will just make you feel so full that you can't eat anything after that. They're just like there in your tummy, just growing there and just staying there for such a long time. It's such a good life hack. Guys, I give you so many life hacks, and you're welcome. I just saved you years of life. So when you are on your deathbed, I want you to remember me. I want you to think like, okay, I'm dying, this is sad, but if it wasn't for Armin's live stream, this would have happened probably 8 to 10 years ago. So on your deathbed, I want you to think like, I managed to stay this be with my family, many years more because of Armin Navabi and his live stream. Okay. So you remember this face on your deathbed. Okay. Look at me right now. Okay. Just remember my face. And that's what I want you to think of that. I want you to say my name. I want my name to be the last thing that you say when your last breath should be my name because I gave you those years. Okay. That's what I want you to. Okay. All right. I'm kind of saying, are you threatening us? No, no, no. No, I'm not threatening you. I'm warning you. Torah is saying, don't push it on me. No, like like think about it, Torah. Like in the very last day, your family is around you. They're all sad. They're all crying. Like, and then you're basically almost dying, and you say like, Armin, fucking never. Thank you. And you die. That's basically that would be your last moment. Yes, exactly, Sam. I'm not threatening you, Amikai. I'm telling you exactly how this is going to happen. I mean, you'll see. You'll see. You're like, when you're dying, you're gonna be like, holy fucking shit! I actually am thinking of him. Like I thought that was a joke, but I am actually thinking of Armin Navabi right now on my deathbed. Imagine that. So Alex saying, does anyone else ponder what their last thoughts will be while they are trying to fall asleep? Well, Alex, for you now it's going to be Armin Navabi. Okay. So I just cursed you with that, so we'll see. Oh, thank you. Nice guy saying thank you, Armin. Armin dead. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. This was fun. All right. Oh wow. Debbie is called Tree of Knowledge, Tree of Life. Well, Debbie, those are the two trees in the Garden of Eden. So that's an honest mistake. Yeah, there are two trees in the garden. There were two trees in the garden, two main trees, two trees with names in the Garden of Eden. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. You know why? Guys, why I'm not going? This channel, because it's smaller. I feel like it's a smaller community here, so I don't know. It's fun to just sit here and listen to you guys. But anyways, yeah, the Atheist Republic, the chat is more busy, so sometimes I miss what you guys are saying. But here, I could just basically look at every single one of your comments. Yeah, Tora is sending me hearts. Thank you. All right, guys. Bye. Bye, Debbie. Bye, Amikai. Bye, Nice Callies. Bye, everyone. Tree of Knowledge. Sam, Martin, everybody. Love you guys. Mars, Unusual AI, everybody. Guys, bye, bye, bye. Don't forget to like,